Well, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Chris and Brick. This is episode 57. Episode 57 is going to find us kind of diving back into the world of current events, news around the world, especially if your world centers around things that are really important, like celebrity, the ultra wealthy, and other similar topics. So we'll get it kicked off here in a moment. But Brick and I were chatting earlier this weekend about some recent news regarding the pandemic, some politically charged articles and breakthroughs in some technology and medicine and science. And, we kind of just looked at each other and like, come on. I mean, we really want to know is if Kanye West is going to be a billionaire or not, if he actually is one. We also need to know the status of Trump 747. Like, is it abandoned? Or is it out for repairs? Is it going through some kind of a transformation? I mean, this is stuff we need to know. So that's what we're going to focus our attention on, the real meaty stuff. What do you think about that? Let's do it. So we're going to start with a really pivotal article here regarding Jessica Simpson. Those of you that may or may not know it, she has a daughter. For those of you that don't know, her daughter also just turned 2. So for those of you that have never had a 2-year-old daughter, shame on you. Jessica can be heard saying things like, and I quote, "I can't believe my baby is 2." Now this does, in fact, to me, and I think to Brick as well, sound like a historical first that's worthy of a full-page article. And I think we have E! News to thank for that. So that was an amazing report, E! News. You guys knocked it out of the park as usual. A couple of other additional notes that I became aware of as well. I don't know if I shared this with you earlier, but the daughter was also dressed in a crown and a silver dress, which is further celebrating how amazing her child is, and I assume how mediocre all other 2-year-olds around the globe are. So if you don't feel like you can identify with this article, go read it. You'll find a new connection. In addition to that, if you're already not feeling average enough, the 6-year-old son of Scott Disick, whose name is Rain, got a haircut, and it made national news as well, which I found to be invigorating. And I mentioned his name is Rain. Now that's rain. That is not a weather system, but it's REIGN. So make sure that you also don't confuse that with other children named Dynasty, Tenure, Administration, or Empire. So that was another big news event that occurred. Got a haircut. I'm speechless. You got anything? Speechless as well. Circling back, we did talk about Trump's plane for a moment. Apparently, it's up on blocks. I mean, at the airport. So it's the equivalent of that neighbor that has their car up on blocks with no wheels or whatever. And it's been up there for quite some time. I guess there's an engine missing, so I don't know if it's been taken for maintenance. I do know that Brick actually suspects foul play, which is probably pretty accurate. We were talking about this earlier, and we actually do think you all ought to be on the lookout for a GoFundMe from the Trump organization, asking followers of the various platforms that he's on for a GoFundMe to buy him a new one. Because, if televangelists can get donations, I would assume a former head of the United States can get them as well, and then not have to actually pay for anything. Because why should he have to? It shouldn't be on him to have to be responsible financially for flying around the world in comfort and style. So switching gears once again, and this is actually on the actual healthcare front. National Geographic has written a very penetrating article about why your arm may be sore after plunging a thin metal rod into your flesh and squirting all kinds of foreign material up in there. I would say just read the article if you feel like you need more information. My brain just can't handle the complexity of this concept. So, so I would just say check it out. And thanks, Nat Geo, for your big full-page article on why your arm might be sore after getting a shot. Never happened to me before, 100 times in my life. Okay, so the last one we're going to talk about, I suppose, we need to go ahead and give a caveat here. I want to make sure that we're really clear. It's regarding Sharon Stone, and we support Sharon Stone completely. So the issue that we're trying to wrap our minds around is, what do we do with this information? Because this is not the first time this article's been reported, or this particular topic has been. Now, and Brick and I have a theory that it's not even Sharon that's bringing this up. It's probably some random fan who's also a quote-unquote reporter, who keeps on asking her about it. But, it goes all the way back to, and for a lot of you who are tuning in, probably have never even heard of the movie Basic Instinct, because it's older than most of you are now. But she's on her own, sort of mini campaign trail, trying to ensure that we all know that she was duped into not wearing underwear to work one day. And apparently the reasoning given was that it was reflecting light during filming. That's impressive. Don't ever use that line. I am going to add that to a list of completely crazy pickup lines that worked at least once. I've seen this one circulate over the last several years, and the story hasn't really changed. So I don't know how come it keeps bubbling up, but it's back in the news again. So awesome. Sorry that you're having to deal with that crap, Sharon. I realize it's probably exhausting for you as it is for me to have to make sure that our audience is made aware of your issues there. But in any case, good luck on getting this thing handled again. Hopefully the history books will reflect accordingly. Anyway, so that's kind of the bulk of the news that we've picked up for this episode. There's actually a lot of really, really meaningful and impactful stuff that we just haven't gotten to yet. So we thought we'd sort of start you off with sort of a light edition, and look forward to seeing you guys in the next episode that we have not selected a topic for yet. So if you have topic ideas, please feel free to comment them below. Would also ask you all to please hit the like button and the subscribe button. I always mention it at the end. I'm supposed to mention it at the beginning, but here I am. So, all right. Well, listen, everyone, have a great rest of your Sunday, and we will see you soon.